Today I am going to be pulling up these laminate floorings. What ended up happening is, a lot of things happened. One, I moved to New Orleans. That's exciting. And, there's a lot of work to be done. The air conditioner, they didn't pull the drain plug. So it leaked out the front, dripped down onto the floor, and this wasn't water resistant pergo or whatever. Now it's damaged to hell. The other thing is, these are loose. I don't like that either. So, unfortunately with my phone, because I can't find my cameras because I moved last month, cameras, batteries, chargers, computer, everything is just chaos right now. It's been a month of trying to put my life back together in my new home. I gotta get this cottage in shape because I gotta rent it out, otherwise I'll just lose money. But hopefully this laminate flooring comes up nice and easy. You can see it's already pretty spectacular. So I'm not able to check the comments or chat just yet. I'm gonna have to get up and go to the phone. I don't even know if I can see it. This is really the first time live streaming like this off my phone. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Woo! There we go. Easy peasy. Safety glasses. So I want to remove this as nice as possible because I'm not like I'm going to keep it. I just don't want to make a mess. But I couldn't ask for this to come up easier. It's not nailed down. And it looks like I'm not even having to pull off the shoe molding. I'm going to when I put the new floor down. But I don't gotta mess with it with the motor. I'll break what's not broke. Curious to see what the subfloor looks like under this. Because that's going to be an important factor. So, I don't know how interesting this is. It's not like I'm able to interact properly and read comments and answer questions. But I love doing this. To me, this is play. It's not work. They say if you can find yourself doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. It just took me a long time to figure out what I love doing. Swinging hammers since I was a kid. I would say I love swinging hammers. Or throwing them. Depends on the mood. Sometimes you just want to chuck a hammer at something. Oh. I mean, I was prepared. I had my utility knife and my little pry bar in case I had to take off the shoe molding nice and careful. I don't want to have to spend extra money fixing something that's not broken. But part of the reason I have to do this, it's not just this room. It's this room, the room that's through the wall, front room, and the little teeny tiny hallway that connects everything. But I also want to run a new planking or the new laminate flooring into the bathroom because I'm going to go with the vinyl waterproof plank. And the reason I'm doing that is the bathroom tile is probably from like the 1940s. And if your linoleum on the floor is that old, they call it 9-inch tile. Because it's not your standard sizes that are around today. The 9-inch tile contains asbestos. And if you don't have to rip it up, don't rip it up, cover it. I don't want to expose. I went to school to teach chemistry, so when it comes to exposing oneself to chemistry, I try and minimize it if at all possible. But I'm happy. This is coming up so nice. See, they did lay down a nice vapor barrier. Looks like this was over tile. Oh my. We're gonna discover something together. This is why I love this stuff. This building was built in 1940. And I mean, I had no expectations as to what was under the floor. I was thinking it was like something. So we'll see what happens here. I've loved this pry bar since I bought it. Like this one's a Stanley. It's Fat Max, and it's the perfect size. You get to, if you gotta smack it into the wood to get the nail out, it's really sharp on the end there. I just love my toys. They're not toys, Sean, they're tools. You're a tool. Alright, so we're gonna be doing some discovery. We're gonna discover this together. I'm excited. I don't know what to say. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. I mean, oh, they tape it down. Uh-oh. Ooh. That is linoleum-ish. And this isn't the dangerous stuff. This is peel and stick modern. I can tell because it's not crumbling into a million freaking pieces. Okay, I don't know how many layers of linoleum are on this floor, but linoleum's icky. Oh. Well. Right now I'm holding my breath because there's so much dust in the air. I want to breathe it in. I should have. You know what? I can get a dust mask, but it's not that bad. If I was standing. Bend back a fingernail. The one thing I hate when it comes to trying to pick up something heavy and catch your fingernail wrong. I'm not going to talk about it. Gross everyone out. Gross yourself out. So yeah, definitely laminate flooring is going to look a lot better in here. This is hideous. Whoa, hold on. Alright, let me get a. Moving my camera, making my way in the world today. Takes every tool I got. I'm a tool. Shut up, stop with that. Alright, so this is easy peasy. Just you don't even have to think about it. I love it. So again, this is cheap old laminate, and for I believe $3 a square foot, I can get some nice pergo vinyl, waterproof, heavier traffic. You know, they got. Not that I'm gonna have pets in my rental, but you know, you want to make it as nice as you can for the budget. So this is all exciting. Hey, if you want to do something, just go and do it, John. Living in New York was tough. I was never going to get a mortgage. The houses were around me $600,000-$700,000, and my business, as they consider it, is hobby woodworking. That's what I was labeled at. You know, I was a teacher. I was a tower inspector for communication companies. Like, I've done my time in paperwork and business. Like, I've learned ever since I was in school. I never stopped learning. And so, like, now I can put my learning to use, fix this place up nice, increase its value, and I have an asset to my name in New York. I was going to rent until the day I died, or I'd end up homeless. You work yourself to death trying to just pay rent up there when what you afford for rent there is a mortgage somewhere else. You know, New York is nice and all, but I feel like there's a bit of an illusion to the idea of New York as well. People get stuck in the illusion that, oh, I'm in New York, I made it. But making it in New York, to me, was more like just surviving. And I would rather thrive. You know, in New York, I said it to some of the people down here. In New York, you got a lot of cold weather, and you tend to find a lot of cold attitude. The people are just kind of more like, what do you want from me? Why are you talking to me? I got stuff to do, you know? Down here in the South, it is so different and so nice. People are happy to say hello. It's just a whole different vibe. And again, safety glasses. Alright, this seems to be screwed into place. I don't want to have to pull the doors just to get this. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling these doors either way. But I'm happy this laminate's coming up so nice. Oh, closing my eyes. Those are my safety goggles, my eyelids. Don't judge me. It's funny, some people judge me on my woodworking videos, and I don't mind it, but if they're looking out for me, they're like, oh, why don't you have this safety feature? Because I'm lazy, or it's broken, or I need a new tool. Send me a solid one. I'm joking because this is running through my head talking to myself, but I got nothing else to get off on. I had like a big TV with chat up on there, and I was a channel that had more following where I knew people would ask questions. Well, then I'd be happy to do it and interact more, but for now. For right now, I'm just playing with myself. So sad. Look at this one guy who lived in New Orleans and he's just sitting in an empty cottage playing with himself. Oh, it's dirty. Dirty bird. Well, I did check the box that it wasn't made for kids. Yeah. Unlike the British government, I actually care about protecting children. Getting political. I'm going to get banned from the UK now. I don't want to get political. That's going to get me in trouble. Mainly because I say dumb things. For the entertainment. Self-entertainment. I believe they have a term for that. It's mental something. I think it starts with an M. You can think of it. Type it in the comments. See if YouTube lets you post it. This is going a lot quicker than. So let's see if I can. Ooh, look, better angle. You can see my bathroom with the blue tile. That's the tile I don't want to breathe. Could just be linoleum for all I know, but I'm not trusting enough to say I know. Safety goggles. Yeah, safety. Don't watch what you're doing. You're former science teacher. Now we know why. You were fired because kids got hurt, didn't they? No. The students didn't get hurt because I was irresponsible. I had a couple students that didn't listen to my warning. Hey. What was his name? Oh, I remember his last name. Anyway, I think his name was Chris. Hot glass looks like cold glass. In chemistry, it's very important because when you're heating things up, it's glass. And kids are like, does it look hot? It's glass. It could be hundreds and hundreds of degrees. It has to be like 1,000 before it starts glowing orange or something. I don't know. I'm not a glass blower. Alright, one more little toughy wuffy. I think I might have to pull the door off the hinges to get this piece up at the moment too. I'm gonna try and see what I can do. Maybe I can break it. Ha ha ha. Ooh, safety. I don't like what you're doing. Where's that knife? See if we can do some sort of MacGyvering. There we go. MacGyver wins! I am Gen X. Very transitional Gen X. Where I was growing up in the 80s, as a kid, before they put helmets and elbow pads on everything. And I gotta say, I love that I went and I lived from the era of analog into digital. Because I got to see the internet when it was a real messed up playground. And now it's tamed to some extent. Safer for everybody in a way. But, yeah. MacGyver. In the 80s. And early 90s. He was like my hero. Solve any problem with duct tape and a Swiss Army knife. And I watched that show every night. And then got into an argument with my mom almost every night. Because Dad would get home and dinner would hit the table at 6:45. Right at the cliffhanger of MacGyver. She'd call me in for dinner and I'd be, just 5 more minutes every night. You'd think one of us would learn, either her or me. Either one, you know. But, yeah. It made watching the reruns a lot better. Because then I finally knew what the heck happened. Ew, this is even grosser looking in here. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna look nice with some new laminate. I think I'm going to move the camera again. Ooh, I have another secret. I mean, I have plenty of secrets, me, but the cottage has another secret that I haven't really revealed extensively yet. But you're gonna see it, you're gonna be like, whoa. I'm glad I won't have to deal with putting this stuff down. Because unrolling a bunch of vapor barriers is annoying. Alright, let's get this unplugged. We'll move. Ugh. Icky dicky. So, the secret. Whoa! No! Ugh. The secret is I'm tangled up in the cord and the tripod's getting all crooked. And here we go. This is the room with all the termite damage. So I'm gonna big reveal in the future. You're gonna see me open up that whole wall. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, this is the kitchen. This is the front room. This is my cottage. I think I might turn off the AC for the sake of the sound. But let's do. Plug this back in. Turn that off. All right. Where's this go? This one is the threshold for kitchen. All right. I'm glad I had these knee pads. The reason I have them is because of the tower industry. Another one. Yeah, I used to have to dig really annoying holes at times. When you have a tower that's got the big cables coming out of it, holding it straight, those anchors in the ground, you gotta dig them up and make sure they're not rusty. There we go. Come on, baby. Do the twist. This is going at some point. I just gotta disconnect the gas and all that crap. The gas isn't active here, so I can just rip that out. But future goals. Alright, so now the way it's going to want to lift up, it looks like this shoe molding is going to want to come off. And I don't know if I want to do that. So maybe I get lucky. Almost. Dang. See if I can go this way. Perfect. Oops. God dang it. See, that's not what I wanted to have happen. But shoe molding's not expensive. I can just freaking replace that. It's not even on right. Okay, so shoe molding, they put it on like this so that it sticks out further. It's supposed to be this way so it humps up higher on the wall, giving you more of a featured look. They did that so they could put this flooring in real loosey-goosey. Still not replacing it, it looks okay. I don't give a crap. I just gotta replace this side. Oh, but I gotta match it. Whatever, I don't care. I put that in the bathroom so I don't lose it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad this is coming up. And the way they laid this down, it looks like they cut them to stagger them into a kind of a brick pattern. I'm not even going to do that. They don't need patterns. That will improve the look of the seams to have this seam lined up with this seam. Unless it's saving on materials and it cut and laid perfectly that way, you're ending up throwing out extra material you don't need to. You lay your row, when you get to the end, you cut it off, you take your offcut, you go to the next row, and you start with that offcut. So you just run your planks out of the box. You don't gotta be like, oh, I need every one of these to be 3 1/4 inches every other one. Meanwhile, you got a pile of scrap that you're wasting. You'll see when I put it down, but I'm sure some of you is not close till you get it. But yeah, I couldn't be happy if this is coming up so fast. Some of these systems, they nail it down and it's just, whoo! Sometimes the underlayment, the vapor barrier, they'll staple it down to the subfloor, so you got 5,000 staples per square inch. I know it's exaggeration, but I mean this is like a child could do this. Oh, I'm very happy though, because even though I'm in my 40s, I'm still a child inside. Oh. I mean, man. Hey. Oh. I'm glad this is so quick. I can't keep saying the same thing. My goodness, man. This could have been a nightmare. At least it keeps it PG, PG-13 my video, because if all this vapor barrier was stapled down to the subfloor and had 1,000 billion, like just staples, just I'd be using colorful language. Look at that. Nice. Toss this in the other room. As far as I'm concerned, there's no sense in ripping up the